Hi everyone, let me share the screen and start. So today we will talk about a topic that is relevant on every ERP F&O implementation, even though it's not so modern like copilots and AI, but it definitely is a topic that is a part of every go live and also afterlife of an ERP system. And it is the documents that are the public face of every ERP system and their distribution, emailing, printing, archiving, and actually how you can benefit and how you can make these things and challenges easier with the Docentric Free Edition. But let me first introduce myself. So yeah, I'm Miha and I'm software architect and technical fellow at Docentric. We are specialized in providing technology for document report customization and distribution. I work for 30 years in software development and half of this time in F&O. And I just became an MVP this month, MVP for the F&O, AI ERP officially. So that is my first session after this new status. I'm also the founder of Dynamics User Group Adriatic, where we organize various in-person meetup in our area. And I'm an active team member for Dynamics Minds conference. I will just have a slide about it at the end. Okay, so let's check first what we will see today. We will first see what the Docentric Free Edition actually is, that you have some understanding of it. And then we will go into its main features. It's just a selection of some features that are, let's say, for some typical use cases. The full list of features is much longer. So we will talk about print destinations as you would expect them to be, about print archive where you can actually find the documents there, how to print the documents from journals, how to reprint them later if needed, also massively, about emailing, how to make it reliable, and then also some other improvements, how to work with document management attachments, and then also similar topic with email templates for alerts and workflows, and print management setup improvements. So these are different topics that are related to the documents, and you need to have in mind that if you are printing one document and sending it in an email to the printer, it might be a little bit easier or a little bit harder. It is still relatively easy, and you can do things manually. But if you are doing those document generation and distribution and archiving massively, if you're doing it in the hundreds, thousands, or even more, even millions, then it's really important every detail how you can do it, how you can make a really nice, reliable, manageable, trackable, and personalized still. And there are many details in this area. How to make it really smooth for use and for automation. And okay, we will also talk about other improvements that at the end. Okay, first, why the Docentric Free Edition? Short answer, because we really believe in community and want to give something back. So we are improving standard F&O in the area where we are of our expertise, and deliver what Microsoft actually promised, but sometimes it just makes some features just on half. We all position ourselves as first community-driven ISV, and it is still a sustainable business model. So yeah, we are the Docentric Free Edition is a suite of different features that is filling the gaps in the standard, and we are really striving for excellence to make them really useful and also implementing all the inputs from the community. It all started with the Docentric print destinations that are, let's say, very important part and very much missing in the standard. But then after years, we've added many more features, also from the labels to the alerts and whatever. And whatever feature is in this product, it is free and it will be free forever. And we already have about 7,000 installations worldwide, and the number is still growing. So we don't provide just the product. We give it also the source code and the rich API for if needed to extend it. And the product is still in constant development. We add new features. We take care of the compatibility with new F&O versions. We provide even support for free. And we are open for feedback and new ideas. So we want that it's really something that involves community. And the product is also certified by Microsoft and published by AppSource. There are also many articles related to it, use cases, custom solutions. So altogether, it's like the real commercial product, just that we take all parts that are take care of all parts that are needed. Just that in this case, it is free and it can be used wherever you find use for it. So more about our feature visions and values can be found on the below link. Okay, let's start now with print destinations. So standard has provides email, file, and printer print destination, and Docentric has improved all four. Besides that, we also provide Docentric print archive improvements and Docentric memory print destination that is available through API, so you can generate the document from code and then consume it from code for your business scenarios. Okay, first, before we go into the print destination, let's explain what are the placeholders. So as the name says, there is a space. They are saving the space for some content that will be inserted instead of some fixed content. So with these placeholders, you can make you can provide dynamic content in print destinations and in report setup. For example, in the email body, in the email subject, dynamic folder names, meaningful file names, display names of an email sender, and so on. And we have standard placeholders that are common to all reports, and we have a custom placeholders that are report specific. Let's go to our first demo. Okay, let's go here. So this is the Docentric workspace. And if we go to all reports forum, let's check the standard placeholder. So for example, good examples of standard placeholders are company ID, company logo, that is an image, then current date time, user ID, worker email, and so on. If we're talking about the custom placeholders, for example, for sales reports, for sales invoice, we can have invoice ID, we can have sales order ID, we can have customer ID, we can have customer contact, and so on, or invoice due, and these are specific for certain reports. So sales confirmation report has different placeholder than sales invoice. Okay. Now let's go to our first print destination, the Docentric email print destination. So standard email print destination has just the basic fields to CC subject and the file format. And now lately they've also added the static editor for email body. In Docentric, we have added additional email tokens that you can use in the address fields, dynamic subject, open email before sending flag that the email can be opened in Outlook and you can still edit it before sending it. You can control document attachment name. BCC and from fields have been added, and HTML body editor is much more powerful, and it also supports placeholders. So let's take a look. Okay, let's go to our, okay, this is the Docentric workspace. And from it, we will go to the print management for the sales invoice or customer invoice. And here we can switch between Docentric and SSRS print destination, the standard ones. Okay, and this is the Docentric email print destination. Here we have selected that we will also save the document in a print archive beside emailing it. We have selected the print archive demo notes. This is something that we will check later. We can select use email. No, that's I will skip it. This is open email before sending flag that we to edit the email before sending, and for the recipient, here we have selected the so-called email tokens. In this specific case, we have marked to send the email to customer primary contact and to order emails. Those left are standard email tokens. The right ones are added by Docentric, and it can also it's an extensible framework, so you can also add more tokens by yourself. Then we have, if we go to the placeholders, we see these are report-specific placeholders, and we have used the invoice ID token. We have used it, for example, inside the email, the email subject, and also inside the attachment name. We have selected the PDF output format. We could also select CC, BCC, and we have also specified the sender email address that is also relevant. That I just make it a bit bigger. That is also relevant later in the presentation. The email body, let's make it a little bit bigger. So we have taken some HTML source from whatever source you like, and we have replaced some static text with a placeholder. So this customer name, we can insert whatever we want for our placeholder. For example, if we want to insert customer name, the invoicing account name, that's how you insert the placeholder. Okay, good. And in this case, we will also enable preview before print, which means that the document will be shown on the screen and we will be able to review it before it will be really sent. Okay, let's click it here. Now let's, what we have done, we have set the print management setup for customer invoice, and now let's do one test. Okay. Good. Now we will post this invoice partially, and we will print it using print management setup. Okay, it takes some time. So according to according to our setup, we will preview the document before it will be printed. For real. Okay, this is our preview. It's optional step, you don't need it. But in this case, we can review the document, and we can also review the email that will be sent at the end. I forgot here one sign. But so yeah, and that's our dynamically generated email. Okay, and if we are satisfied, we click continue, and it will be now. Let's check what it was. So the email has been put in the outgoing email queue, and it was also successfully saved to the print archive. We will see it there later. Now let's continue. So similar for the file print destination, standard file print destination support you can just set the static file name and the format. Yeah, any question? Okay, and the format, and while with the Docentric you can set much more. You can, of course, you can have placeholders in name, and you can save. So the file name and the folder can be dynamic, and there are additional storages. You can save it to Azure Blob Storage, Azure Files, SharePoint, as an attachment to different records, or in the on-premise system also to file system. Let's check this in practice. Okay, let's go and just make this. Okay. So you could save it to Azure storage, to a given blob container, to the internal one, or with the full version also to the external one. We have, you can save it to SharePoint. This is we will use that option in our case. And for example, the folder path can be dynamic. So we will, every invoice will go into the folder based on the invoice account, so based on the customers. So override file if exists, create non-existing folders, and those steps. Then we can additionally attach the document to the to the record. It can be a journal record, it can be an account table, so customer or vendor, a source table, so sales order in this case, to the legal entity record, or to some custom record if it's if needed. And we will use it in our example for on-premise systems, or including dev boxes or one boxes. You can also save it directly to the file system. Okay, now let's print another example. Let's clear InfoLog first. Okay, I forgot this flag open contain preview. I should have disabled it. And okay, that's we also downloaded the file because we use that option as well. But beside that, the file was stored as an attachment to the invoice journal, and also stored to the SharePoint, and also to the print archive. Now we will see all this. Okay, so that's a standard attachment that was that was generated. And because on this standard attachment, we have also specified some additional metadata that we introduced. In our case, we have set the category ID to invoice, but we also support tags, language, and active period. These are okay. The file was stored to the SharePoint, and it is also in the print archive. So if we here on the print archive form, these are the two documents that we have just generated, and you can see one was generated with file print destination, the other one was generated with email print destination, and you can also see other data that we will go into the details a little bit later. Now let's go to the Docentric printer destination. First, the standard. So standard has a problem, or whatever it can call it, is limited in a way that no, this is not. So standard print destination has just a very basic lookup for printer selection, which is okay if you have 5 printers. But if you have hundreds of printers, we do have many customers that have hundreds of printers, some maybe even thousands, it's useless. And therefore, with Docentric print destination, you do have a more advanced lookup where you can filter, and not just it. We also support printing as PDF. Default format is EMF, but it has some limitations. We also provide simple integration with external printing solutions, so avoiding the document routing agent, which is quite limited. And for printer selection and for printer if you have a large number of printers, we do support default printers, restricted printers, user allowed and favorite printers. So let's see it in action. Yeah. So this is the default. You can select the default printer, or let's show it here. So every user can select what is his default printer and also what are his favorite printers. And okay, some noise. So first choice is the default printer, then are listed the favorite printers, and then all other printers. So that if you have hundreds of different printers, this is definitely a big game changer. And as you might have seen, here beside the normal physical printers, I also have here some virtual printers that are useful for testing. So instead of printing to paper, they print in the PDF that you can open. And I've also made some integration with external printing solutions. So this is Print Anyway, just one of them. So it avoids the document routing agent, and they even support follow me, follow user functionality. And the other example is email to print. So it's instead of the printing, actually the email is sent. These are just examples of simple integration. Okay, you can select other printer setup and the file format if you want EMF or PDF. Good. Now about the Docentric report execution pipeline. So our product was built around the SSRS report designs. And so we are replacing we are replacing the distribution and post-processing blocks. In full version, also the document generation. In second half of this year, we will also support electronic reporting configurable business documents in full. And so these are electronic reports based on the SSRS data sources with formats in Word, Excel, or XML. And we will also support e-invoice format, mostly UBL based. So which is e-invoicing is a very relevant topic now in all across the Europe. So besides the main document generation, in full version, you also have an advanced GUI to fetch an additional attachments and add, merge, or zip them with report attachment. In free version, you do have an API, and you can do all that with code. So you can do very advanced document manipulation, including various invoicing scenarios, and even much more. Good. Now let's go to the print archive. As we will quickly see, the standard print archive actually has just a few fields, and it's almost impossible to find the document that is stored there. So and if you can find the document in an archive, it's quite useless. Therefore, we have added more metadata that you can search for, like document ID, account ID, even batch ID, and so on. We also store print destination info. We log successes, failures. We support instant preview. You can download multiple archive documents, and you can access them directly from different account and journal forums. Let's go and see it. So let's go to our print archive forum. And as you can see, you can now search by the document ID. You can search by the customer ID. You can search by the sales order ID, in this case, by the journal or by print archive node that we have specified in print destinations, and so on, which is definitely very, very, very useful. And you also have a quick preview. And for every document in print archive, the PDF document is stored. And if it was an email, we also store an email. So and you can view this email later. And sometimes you need to download multiple invoices. Let's say that we selected two that we have just created. You can download them as separate files, as zipped together, or merged on one big merged PDF. Similar for the emails. And because now the storage capacity is now important, we also provide print archive cleanup that you can clean the documents that are not needed anymore. Okay. Normally, you do document posting and printing together, but sometimes you need to split it and print later. And again, it's easier if you do it just for one document, but if you do it in bulk, massively, then it's important that the technology allows it. And as you can post individually or in bulk, we've also added this capacity for later printing and reprinting in bulk. Okay, for massive printed. So that's intended for massive printing of already posted documents. You can print with or without print management, multiple records, and interactive or even in batch job. Okay. Now from our invoice. let's say here we have an invoice journal, and we can either select several invoices and print them to using print management or using explicit print destination. We can select it in batch. We can even set the reoccurrence if we want. If we select, because invoice journal can contain different document types, if you select some records that are sales invoices and some records that are free text invoices, then you need to provide to specify print destination for both document type. And you can either explicitly select documents or to describe them with a filter. So you can set up an automation to reprint all the documents, all the invoices, for example, that were printed in last day, or last week, or last month. Good. Okay, and here from the every on the invoice journal, we do have a link, direct link to the print archive. If we go, for example, if we go to the customer, same, we do have a direct link to print archive that is now filtered by this customer, and similar also for outgoing email queue that we will see later in the presentation. Okay, now about emailing improvements. We have in our example of document emailing with email print destination. We have been using the email tokens, and these email tokens, let's go back here. These email tokens are dynamically replaced when the document is generated, and it could happen that, so in our case, it is customer primary email and order email. It could happen that for one specific document, those contacts are missing, so that the customer doesn't have a primary contact, or that there is no contact filled in on the order. So okay, I'm still here. This is the Docentric. Let's go here, and on the Docentric report setup, you can specify what to do in such cases. And for sales invoice, we will specify that the if to field is empty due to unresolved tokens, it should be such email should be redirected actually to the physical printer, but we could also redirect it to a dedicated mailbox where we handle those exceptions separately. Okay, those were email tokens. Then with additional email sender account, you can use in some scenario third-party email providers, example SendGrid for mass emailing, or you can use fake email providers for testing, and so on. And with email processing, it means that the emails are not sent immediately, but they are saved in the outgoing queue, and then the email distributor batch sends them periodically, which is much more trackable and manageable. It is a standard functionality, but we improved it with in a way that now that it works now for document reports and also for other emails, and that way it's more reliable. Retries are implemented, sending log. You can in case of problems, you can troubleshoot and update the emails there. And we also provide cleanup for storage, for capacity concerns. Okay, let's go. We are now in the user options. Okay, here in the emailing, we have specified different additional email sender accounts, which means, for example, if the sender address is tested Docentric local, such an email will be sent to the fake SMTP server. That is very convenient technique for testing. So it's not a real. So you can use, this is my fake SMTP server. So the email that might have a real recipient address was not sent to the real customer, but was intercepted here, and I can investigate it, and I can see it here, and which is great for testing. Okay, the other option is could be for massive emailing, or to combine Office Relay, or with SMTP with Office SMTP authenticated sending with different accounts and so on. And then the email processing. For every report, you can specify if you want the emails, if the emails are sent synchronously, which means immediately, or if they should go through email processing. And email processing means that they are stored in the outgoing queue, where you can actually, the periodic bad job then sends them. And in case of any problem, you see here the failure status. First, you can set up the automatic retries, but after, let's say, 5 retries, it still goes into the fail state, and then you can see in the sending log what is the problem, and you can even select the emails with the problem and update and change the problematic fields. Maybe the sender was incorrect or something other that could make problem, and then you can restart send for those selected emails, and they will be sent successfully. Okay. Document management attachment are also standard functionality that we have improved. So we are talking about those standard attachments. So with our improvements, we can view them in grid. You can have instant preview. You can update them in bulk, and you can also multi-select and download them if needed. Okay, let's go. All attachments. So this is a forum that shows all attachments on all records in our system, because that we don't need to go first to the record and from the record open the attachment. So you can preview or them or not. And for example, these are the invoices that we have just generated. You can also go to the attachment itself or to the origin record. But let's say that we have found out that all these 3 attachments have a restriction parameter internal, but we would prefer them to be external. You can just select them and set to external. And yeah, we've done it massively. And now if we go to the invoice journal, so now it is really external. That's what I wanted to show. Similarly, if we would like to download them as separate files, zip or merged PDF. Okay, time-wise, it's okay. So we have shown some improvements in terms of document report emailing. We support something similar also for the standard email templates, so system email templates and organizational email templates that are used for alerts, workflows, and also in some other parts of the application, for example, retail notifications and and also others. So we support rich HTML body editor with placeholders and also additional attachments. So let's go to the, for example, to organizational email template. So this is the standard email template without Docentric. So you need to upload the HTML code that you prepare in some external tool. You can use some placeholders, but you're very limited, and that's it. With Docentric, we have added that section, and if you enable use Docentric email editor, you do have a rich HTML editor that you can also where you can also insert placeholders and do all kinds of formatting. And beside it, you select if it should be needed for workflow and alerts, and you can specify if you want to add email attachments from the context record, and you can filter them by the attachment tag if needed. And that functionality is, for example, used in the alerts. I will just quickly show one sample alert. So create a custom alert in single click. Okay, and later lower we can enable send email with Docentric, and we can select that email template. I won't go into too much in the topic of alerts because it would require another hour, but let's go on. Now print management improvement. So print management is absolutely super powerful and super useful functionality. But as it is, the standard is with the standard, it's quite hard to manage. If you have actually, it allows you to specify a print management setup on the level of document type. Then you can have multiple copies. Then you can have multiple copies, and each of these. What do I need? Each of them can also have some conditional. Can have some conditional print destination, and you can also make overrides on the level of customers, vendors, sales orders, and so on. So it can get quite complicated and hard to manage, and you don't know exactly which print management configuration is used in a specific case. So let's delete it. Okay. So what we have done. I need to delete it one by one. What we have done, first we have added the shortcuts to so you can access print management for much easier through these shortcuts. This is one option. The other option is that you go from a specific report, and then you just print management will lead you directly to this specific document type. But still you need okay. But still, for an overview of all print management settings in the system, you can use print management utilities. And actually, here you can actually see for all document types. So this is the one that we have been setting. You can also see this is, for example, one override, one conditional setting. This is then we have also an example of one override. It's through the perspective of this grid, you can much easier see what all print management settings you have on the system, and you can also adjust them. And okay, it's not just these basic fields. You can also, if you want, you can also expand all fields of the print destination settings in this big flat table, and you can also filter on it anywhere, or by it, or even edit. Okay. Then for migration, when you copy the database from one environment to the other, Microsoft deletes all print management settings in order to prevent that the new system that has a copy of a database would send the emails to the same customers, or print to the same printers, and so on, or send documents to the same integration. So that's why you typically need to, but you, on a copy of your system, you would still need at least some of the print management settings for your original, so from your source system, either if it's a production or something else. And for this purpose, you can use our print management data entity to export the print management settings to Excel. Then you can manually, if needed, you can manually change them, and then to import them back into the target system. That way you can either copy the whole configuration between environments, or copy just print management settings between legal entity, from one customer to the other, or anything else. Okay, and then one small improvement that we have also added: these save and back buttons are also missing in the standard, and that's why you never know in the standard when the changes are actually really saved. So with all this improvement, you can manage print management settings quite efficiently. Okay, that was the demo. So far we were talking about how our product can be used by the users, meaning business users or consultants. But sometimes it's needed also to extend it. And developers are first-class citizens with our product, and we do provide a rich API, also covering some features of our full version with the free. And we also provide delegates at all points in the points of the pipeline, so you can inject your code and do whatever business logic you need. And DSP classes are the classes that implement report specifics, placeholders, and also print archive parameters, and so on. And we provide out-of-the-box DSP classes for most commonly used reports, but you can also develop your own. You can make child classes that derive from our classes, or whatever you need to extend it. So most of the extensions can be done in a few lines of code. If you have something more complicated, then a little bit more. We also provide sample code and tutorials, and you can also explore our product source code. We have articles about it and forum posts, so it's a very live environment, and it helps you at your with your first step, and also later use as a developer if. But once again, that is just in cases where for the scenarios that you cannot, where GUI is not enough and you want to do something special. Beside the product itself, we also provide various proof of concept solutions and custom solutions. I will just list some of them, but you can find many more on our blog. So one of them is for sending multiple invoices in a single email. It typically means that you want to send your customers the invoices just once a week, just once a month or once a day, even though you generate them during the whole month. Then we have a solution for sending collection letters and customer account statements with overdue invoices that helps in the process of in the collections process. Then bad job alerts and export of untruncated bad job logs to Excel, because the info log has a limitation of 10,000 lines and sometimes it is truncated before you see the error. And these bad job alerts in the you can get an email that really contains all the relevant information to see what was wrong, including the info log, which is not the case for the standard alerts. Then you can merge report document with some other attachments and put them in together in an email or print them together to the network printer. You can also, and very similar also here for the purchase order. And you can integrate our printing with some external printing solution. In this case, it was Print Anyway that does support print follow me, follow user printing, and they do expose a web service, and we send the documents for this web service. So it's going document routing agent is not needed in this setup. Now, these were some of the features that I prepared for today's session, but there are many more. So in a free version, we support also license plate labels improvements, with a much more efficient setup. We do support a lot of improvements in terms for alerts. Then improved emailing in collection process automation that is nicer and more trackable. We support also suppressing emailing and printing after the database copy. Let me just demonstrate it. So after the database copy, the system automatically detects it and sets this field to suppress, or you can change it to suppress with download. But later, if you're satisfied with setup on your UAT, you can move it back to do not suppress. Similar for printing. Then we provide different productivity tools. Especially Query Browser is really efficient to building ad hoc queries to dig into your data on the F&O without some external tools. Then Label Browser and Table Browser and more. In the full version, the biggest added differentiator is that it provides reports and label template designer, so you can design them in Microsoft Word and soon also in Excel. So it means that most of the business users are able to do some customizations of standard reports by themselves. If it is more complicated, then the consultants sometimes help, but it really goes much faster, roughly, let's say 10 times faster than the development with SSRS. And whatever you do, every change you do, you can immediately check it with a different sample data, and then upload it to the target environment, either UAT or production or whatever, and test it immediately. Then user-defined placeholders that can be implemented without any coding. Additional attachment rules, again, also for the business users. Then some infrastructure features like external Azure storage account, SharePoint metadata, SFTP. These are all meant for the integrations. Then we also support PDF signature, encryptions, multilingual emails, and so on. Okay, we've more or less came to the end. So just a quick summary. We have seen what the Docentric Free Edition really is. So it is a full-fledged product with the whole ecosystem, and how it can help you for what challenges you can use it, and you can just download it, install it, and use it, and also how you can extend it in case you will need it. And it's not just products, it's also article, custom solution, forum, support, and other resources. And as already said, more details about features, vision, values, and also other things can be found in this document. That was all from me. Last but not least, I would like to invite you to the Dynamics Minds conference that we organize at the end of May in Porto Roche. This year it will already be the 4th time, and it is the biggest European conference covering all Dynamics technologies. So we do have a track for every Dynamics technology, and beside that also a separate track for business and partner topics, and the 5th track for some more social aware and people focus topics. So the conference is really magical, and you can really spend 3 days and nights together with the top community members, top Microsoft engineers, top Microsoft managers, and everyone is really open for networking, party, and sharing knowledge. So I hope to see you there. Thank you from my side. These are my contacts, and feel free to reach me whenever you need it, or you have some questions or ideas or anything else.
Do we have time for any questions now, Miha?
I do.
Excellent. So I don't know, maybe some other people want to go first, but do have a few.
I think you can start.
Okay, so I was kind of taking questions as I go along. I didn't want to interrupt you at all, so I kind of just let me look at my notes that I've been taking down while you were going through. So I'm going to start with a kind of a simpler first questions, and then there are some a little bit bigger things that I just want to check with you. So one of the things when I'm considering Docentric myself, and the things that was coming to my mind, because it's sort of after talking to my clients, because I'm a functional consultant, just to let you know. So I'm a functional consultant. I'm that bridge between translating what customers really need and obviously then going into more details of the system. So one of the first things is the data security. So they would like to understand what kind of access Docentric have, and whether that information any way exposed to external sort of storages that they don't know of, or maybe processing in a certain way. So data security is really, really important, as you know, to any business. So therefore, is there some sort of way you can explain it, so I can then, when I speak to my clients, I can put their minds to rest, or potentially start a conversation that they can then carry on with Docentric directly?
Yeah. So the Docentric solution is just a custom code, a custom module in your F&O, like your custom code. So all processing is executed on your F&O instance. No external service is involved here. So it is the same like your custom code, and you can even check our code, as we do provide source code if it's if it's needed, and we also do the security analysis, and we do have security certificates and all that. The only thing that we let's say, send externally are telemetry data. But these are just usage telemetry data, and they don't contain any business or personalized data. And we can even show it, and it's also explained in our documentation what exactly we log. But
Okay,
nothing.
so they can find it somewhere
nothing,
on your website.
Yeah, nothing sensible. So yeah.
Fine. So one of the things that, because I work for a large organization, and we really, customers come to us and they say, tell me the art of the possible. And they love using that word, really. They want to know what they can do, with the F&O. But Docentric is one of those tools that I know is really, really highly regarded. But because I am really the selling point at this point, because I can say, guys, there is this incredibly great tool that is available. It's Microsoft approved. Your information is really safe and secure. You've got a free version. So I can sell it. However, as a functional consultant currently, I am a little bit sort of not sure where I can go and say, and actually go in, because before I can go and sell it to my customer, I have to show it to my customer. I have to make sure it does what it's needed, and I'm going to have to present it to them. So currently, there is a gap for me personally that I haven't really been able to identify how to solve. Because in a way, I can sell your software, but on the other hand, until I see it myself and go and play with it in my environment, and then go and demo it to the customer's specification and say, guys, you wanted to do this? This is what you can use, and then show it to them. And with your free versions, I can do it. However, I'm not sure how I could actually bridge this, or having that version or your free version on our sandbox to then be able to go and say, guys, there's a great tool. Here's how it works. It will really greatly help you.
Yeah. So partners and also freelancers are actually our main channel, and we work very tightly together. I would recommend you that I connect you with our sales team, and they will also present you everything, equip with everything, so that you will have all the knowledge, all the environment and everything that you need for yourself to present it to the customers and also to help them. We do have a lot of online resources, but we are aware that it's much easier if you have a personal connection and a person on hand. And the same is true for free version and also for the full version if there is a requirement. So
yeah, it would be good, because so one of my colleagues in my company, he has used the Docentric on one of the projects that he has been involved in. But when I reached out to him and I said, look, what can I do currently at this point, because I need to see it before I can sell it to the customer.
Yeah, absolutely.
And even though he worked with you guys, I mean, I think there is a little bit of a lost in translation ability for us consultants to deep into that.
I will connect you with our sales team, and I will work with you on this opportunity and also long term, so that you will that you will exactly know how to use it, what the Docentric can do for you, in which situation it can be used, and of course also which version of the Docentric. So.
That's great. Yeah, because it will be really it will be helpful for us, because obviously we will then be able to adequately speak to the client and say, guys, we tested it, it's brilliant, it works. Because so far it's brilliant in principle, but we haven't been able to actually go in and stuck our hands in there. But on the opposite side, we will do a lot of hard work for you too, because then you don't need to go and look for those customers, because we can bring the customers to you.
That's definitely the channel that we the modus operandi that we actually want to work on. Just please send me an email, because I don't see your full contact here in the meeting.
Yeah, will do. Okay, thank you. Sorry, I think Ramit has a question.
Yeah, and Salaya also had one before.
Yeah, I think I will cover up what Shailaja actually asked. So Miha, just tell me one thing. So after watching this video, this recording, a guy who is not a functional consultant, or maybe he's a business user. Okay, can he take to their admin team and ask to their admin team to install it without your help, or
Yes,
is there anything?
absolutely. No,
Okay,
you just go to our website, and then you can come to the download form, and you get our models or deployable packages without anything else.
okay. So if at all a customer or a user or some CFO CEO wants to utilize it, so they can do this. The free version, of course,
Absolutely.
they can do this
Yeah,
without Docentric's help.
Yeah, just on our website, there is a download link. You just fill out the form, and we send you the direct download instructions, and that's it. Then, if you have any additional questions, you just come back to our support. But there is no condition, no obligation on anything like that. We are just happy that the more people that use it, they just raise the awareness.
All right. So Shailaja, I think she has some questions. Okay, she can ask.
Yeah.
Okay. We have license. We installed it. We are facing this issue while we are importing the free version. We are trying, but we are facing this issue. Can we get some solution for this?
Yeah, we need
I
to
shared the
check.
message.
Yeah, I see your screen.
Okay.
So yeah, so even if you have a free version, with the settings that you have selected would require probably document generation that would require the license. So later you can reach me and we can check what are these settings that were not, let's say, compatible with the free version. Most probably, I can show what is most probable reason. Here, not that one. Most probably, if you here, if you have a free version, only the SSRS built-in design template ID. It works only with SSRS built-in design template ID. If you select other designs, it will not work. I mean, it will throw the error that you then, for that purpose, you require the full license. But that is exactly the functionality that already is the standard SSRS.
By selecting, yeah, this is Nilavarsan. Like by selecting this SSRS build functionality, can we able to edit the reports in Word document? Is it?
Yeah,
is it
that's
yeah.
Exactly. So this is the SSRS RDL design, and other templates here are designed with Microsoft Word. Yes.
Okay, understand.
But that is a full commercial product, and that's why I don't want to go too much into this topic on a webinar, on today's webinar, except if you want. Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Understand.
Can I have your ID so we can get back to you on this issue, please?
Yeah, sure. Just send me an email, or you can also contact our support at Docentric.com, and no problem, we will help you.
Miha, I also have a question. You mentioned that originally when the Docentric was designed, it was designed with the SSRS in mind, and then you obviously mentioned the electronic reporting and obviously the e-invoicing as well. So is this already is this part of your free versions, or is SSRS still the free version and the electronic reporting and e-invoicing is now part of the full version? How does it work? And also, is it the same issue that we're looking at now? So therefore, if you choose electronic reporting, it's not going to work and it just gave you an error. So I'm just trying to understand, because that was another of my questions that I had.
Yeah, it's a little bit more complicated, but I'll try to answer. as I can. So currently in the free version, we fully support SSRS formats, but later in the distribution, you can do whatever I have shown today. Beside the main report, you can, with an API, already now generate electronic the CBD document, or even e-invoice or UBL formats. That's with an API. If you have a full version, you can do it also with GUI. What is in our pipeline for the next half of the year? You will also be able, with a free version, to generate as a main report also CBD documents, so configurable business documents, or e-invoice document, UBL based. So that is very important for different. The basic requirement came from different e-invoicing requirements for different European countries, but it's a general technology that can also be used in some other scenarios.
Okay. Is there, for example, if I am to undertake let's say, a project with one of my clients where we will commit to, do some integration with Docentric and therefore provide where there's going to be notifications, where there's going to be using your sort of templating services, whatever this is. So is there something that we will have to work with support and your technical teams to actually get it designed, or is there more sort of materials that will be available to us as consultants to rely upon to get it configured? Because when our clients come to us, they want us to do everything, but then as we have to do it, we sort of, at this point, there's a little bit of uncertainty. How much can I do myself, and at what point do I need to kind of pass on the reins to Docentric, or am I going to start
normally
the process?
On normal implementation products, the partners do not need Docentric at all. So just sometimes at the first steps, sometimes they ask some basic questions, or later they do have some really complicated questions, or maybe some new requirements. That's let's say typical. So for most of the implementation products, the partners can handle by themselves, and not just the partners. The idea is that also the customer themselves, the business user that actually knows the requirements best, can do as many things that they somehow offload you from some tedious work and interaction.
Yeah, I think that normally when we have a relationship with the customer then the expectation is, standard expectation is that we will do everything for them. They don't really need to do anything apart from get trained and making sure that they know how to do the system, which is why at this point, once they obviously offboarded off the project and they can do it themselves, whether decided to do it themselves or not, it's one thing, but when we recommend a tool, they will expect us to deliver that tool, So that's why, is there documentation available for us as consultants to go in and have a fair understanding of what we should do to design it to the customers?
Okay, I can quickly show the web page, and maybe just okay, so here, just a quick, here on our web page, you have a feature list, you have the design capabilities, and so on. Then you have here how-to manuals. A lot of things are explained here. It's a tree, and a pretty deep tree.
Right.
And you have a blog. You have a lot of articles about specific use cases. So these are not general reference materials, but really, for example, how to sign documents with Docentric and DocuSign. Okay, that is the latest one, and so on. Many different things. Then we also have a forum where different community members ask questions, and also where we publish something that is interesting and comes to our mind or comes to our support as a summary of what was, let's say, that can also other people benefit from it. Yeah, so
Okay.
it should be sufficient. And if you see that something is missing, just let us know and we will try to fill it.
Okay, brilliant. That's great. No, I think this is kind of, that will suffice at the first stages until we get into the depth of it and then see what exactly is the issue. But no, that's great. Thank you so much for showing it. It's just, as I said, I'm trying to understand the sort of the general understanding right now is how do we start that initial engagement?
Yeah, so initially we can, as I understand your position, we will organize a demo of a little bit longer demo with you, and then we will also discuss how to start this collaboration, that you have everything that you need for the small start.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. I think this is sort of majority of my questions, and also your on your website I can find a clear distinction between the free and the paid for version, because that's what we will need to provide to the customer, because they will ask us, oh, can you do this? And I'll say, yeah, it can be done, but with the full license. So at least we can sustain that conversation from a knowledgeable point of view.
Here you have free versus full explained in a simple words, and you can also go to the feature by feature comparison, but the feature list is a little bit is longer, and there is the text that I've sent twice today. No, it's free edition is that link that nicely summarize what exactly actually is in the free version, and also all other things that are related. Also briefly, what is the difference between free and full, and also why we developed the free version, how it is maintained, what are other resources, and so on.
Brilliant. Well, amazing. Thank you so much for your time and for doing this webinar. I know it's probably in time when not everyone can make it, so I had this free spot and I just wanted to make sure that, but I think it's definitely really, really valuable because you guys have a great tool that is really filling in the gap that Microsoft currently has with F&O, or a lot of gaps actually that Microsoft has with F&O. So really, the more we as consultants aware of it, the more we can bring or add value to our customers, as well as bring business to you.
Thank you, and thank you, Ramit, for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, Miha, for your time. I'll connect offline after this call. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Have a nice day, Miha. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Have a good day. Take care. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye, everyone.